So the first thing that I want to cover up in our speaking class today is to quickly have a glance of three parts that you have in the speaking test. Okay, when we talk about these three parts, so what is in these three parts? The first part is more like an interview. First part is more like an interview wherein the examiner introduces himself or herself. The examiner gives, okay, my name is Vandana, and then you give me your name, and we have a general introduction on some general topics which are more of a day-to-day, like related to your work or your studies. Could be about your family, about your neighbor, but the whole part one maximum takes 4 to 5 minutes. Part 2 of the speaking test is your cue card. In the cue card, you will be given 3 to 4 minutes the overall. And what happens that you will be asked to talk about a given topic in a task card. This is also called cue card. So you are given a topic on the piece of a paper, and then you will have 1 minute to prepare and take notes. So you will also get a paper and a pen to write down the notes or to prepare yourself based on the topic that has been given to you. Then you will be given 2 minutes to talk without interruption. Without interruption means obviously the speaker is not going to interrupt in between. You have to cover at least 1 to 2 minutes. You can stop anywhere between 1 to 2 minutes, but as you touch 2 minutes, the speaker will tell you to stop. The speaker will ask follow-up questions, one or two, and the speaker may ask, may not ask, but the possibility is based on the topic, based on the content that you have spoken on, the speaker may ask one or two related questions on that. Again, do not go into detail on those questions. I will discuss all these parts in detail. What is the strategy to answer them? Part 3 is the discussion question. So let's say you have got a topic in the cue card about a neighbor. Okay, so you may get related questions in the part 3. So you will be asked questions that are related to the cue card. You are encouraged to discuss. Yes, in part 3, it is important to discuss, is important to give opinion, is it important to give ideas in length. In length means in detail about the abstract topics with the examiner. So there are certain topics and you're actually expected to give the answer in detail. So overall your speaking takes within 11 minutes to 14 minutes. So that's what your speaking duration is. Before we go on, looking at the various parts of IELTS speaking in detail, I would prefer that you should know how your speaking is assessed actually. There are certain parameters that examiners look at, and this is how they will be assessing your speaking. And also, before I start with that, I want to tell you that your complete speaking test is recorded. So your complete speaking test is recorded over there. So you need to ensure that you do not speak too slow or too loud because it is getting recorded. Okay, assessing the speaking test. The examiner will listen carefully to your answers. The examiner is not going to give you any feedback. You may also see that examiner may not give you any expressions also. Okay, you just have to ensure that you are speaking to a person and try to be best. So the first criteria of the assessing your speaking test is fluency and coherence. But let me tell you one thing over here. Yes, Rahul.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, Rahul.
Ma'am, are you taking speaking class today?
Yes, Rahul.
Ma'am, I think my speaking is done.
Yes, I have posted this in the message.
No, ma'am, I didn't read it. Sorry.
No
Then
problem.
I will focus on my writing. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Rahul.
Hey, you will take class at around 6?
No, this is the time I'm taking.
Okay, 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 ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
okay, Rahul. Okay, so first thing is the fluency and coherence. But I don't know why there are certain students who think that fluency means speaking fast. No, fluency doesn't mean speaking fast. Fluency means that whatever you are speaking, first, your pronunciation is absolutely correct. The words are spoken correctly, the words are understood correctly, and you are not taking long pauses or you are not using fillers. That is called fluency. Fluency doesn't mean I will speak like this. Can you accurately use or attempt to use a wide range of vocabulary accurately and effectively? This is not fluency. Okay. So again, I'm telling fluency doesn't mean speaking fast. Try to ensure you can speak slow, but it should be understood. It should be understood and it is easy to understand. That's what written over here also. The what is coherence? Do you link your ideas together and clearly? So whenever, let's say we have a question, example, do you prefer to go to cinema or watch movie at home? So that's a very basic question. So do you prefer to go to cinema, watch a movie, or you prefer to see it at home? So you have two options. So obviously, if I have to give an answer, so I would say I would actually really prefer to go and watch a movie at a cinema hall rather than watching at home. And there are various reasons to this. Firstly, so I'm using connector. Okay, I'm using firstly. And then so I'll give my first reason. Firstly, reason okay, the first reason could be it's more comfortable and there is no distraction while we are watching movie at the cinema hall. So first reason I gave you. When I have to give the second reason, I'm going to use a connector, which could be apart from this. I could also say secondly, I could also say moreover. So that is called linking your ideas together. I am giving a very structured answer. And that's what your coherence is about. It's not that you keep on just giving an answer and roaming around into the same circle. Sometimes students go off the topic because उनको mind में क्या होता है कि हमें बोलना है बोलना है बोलना है. But what you are speaking should be related to the topic as well, and it should be well organized. Lexical resource. What is your lexical resource? Is actually use of wide range of vocabulary. What is your wide range of vocabulary? The question was, do you prefer to watch movie at home or cinema? So instead, when I'm answering, instead of using prefer, I should use some other word. I would like to. So prefer, like. That is called a range of vocabulary. And the common thing that you will notice that in the speaking test or even in writing test, you will find the word important used in the question. So what students do, they will repeat the same word, and actually you should not be doing that. Instead of saying important, you should just say imperative or crucial or significant. Try to use again a range of vocabulary. ओके व्हाट डज दिस मीन एक्यूरेटली एंड इफेक्टिवली कि जो आप बोल रहे हैं क्या उस पर्टिकुलर कंटेंट में वो वर्ड्स फिट होता है कि नहीं होता. बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते हैं, दे विल हैव अ रेंज ऑफ वोकैबुलरी 1 2 3 मे बी 50 वर्ड्स मे बी 60 वर्ड्स, लेकिन एक पर्टिकुलर वर्ड क्या वो वहां पे सुटेबल है कि नहीं है. So in specifically in speaking, I would tell you try to be simple, but at the same time try to deliver your answer clearly. अगर आपको लगता है कि कुछ वर्ड्स ऐसे हैं जो आप यूज कर रहे हैं लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं आपको भी डाउट है कि वो फिट हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा, then I would tell you to please avoid using that, because your fluency matters, even your lexical resource matters, but it doesn't mean that if you're using some common word that doesn't count into vocabulary, that itself counts into vocabulary. So do not be so much concerned about learning 100 or 200 words. Okay. Can you explain your ideas even if you do not know a particular word? Okay, the no word is missing over here, K-N-O-W. So the lexical resource also says, let's say you have not understood a particular question, or you have not understood a particular word in the question, but were you still able to express your ideas? Were you still able to relate to the question and give a responsible answer? So explain your ideas even if you do not know a particular word. Lexical resource, before I move on to the next parameter, again I'm telling you, if the question has a certain words, important, favorite, prefer, like, and house, or just try to look for like friends, try to give the synonyms of those words, and that is what's called the range of vocabulary. Coming to the third point, which is important, is your grammatical range and accuracy. So all the students, those who worry that, okay, my grammar is not good, you can still score in speaking by following fluency, lexical resource, and pronunciation. Okay, because all this carries 25, 25, 25, 25% of marks. Can you use a wide range of grammatical structures? When we talk about grammatical structures, is again using a combination of sentences. But how you use a combination of sentences, you need to have conjunctions. Please, you can write it down if you want. आपके sentences में conjunctions होने चाहिए. Okay, you should have connectors. So if you have a combination of all these like fanboys, okay, it means that you are not using a basic structure. You are not saying a single sentence or a simple sentence. If you're including discourse markers in your speaking, it means that you are having a grammatical range, or आपकी जो sentences हैं, these are not simple sentences. Now coming to pronunciation, is your spoken language clear and easily understood? So that's what I again came to the first point, which was fluency. अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा fast बोलते हैं तो obviously वो easily understood नहीं होगा. So please ensure that each and every word that you speak is very clear and easily understood. How you will maintain that? There's only one way of having a very good pronunciation, and that is open your mouth and speak. I have seen many students, when they speak, and there is a way. So you speak, you don't even open the mouth. If you're not opening your mouth, your voice will not be clear. So please ensure, start practicing this today. While you open your mouth, you speak loud. Even if you have some hesitation, that will be overshadowed with your volume, with the way you speak. So please ensure that you try to have a clear pronunciation. Do you use stress and intonation? What is your stress and intonation means? It actually means that when you want to justify a particular point, or when you want to stress on a particular point, your pitch goes high and then it comes low, then high, then pitch. So it's kind of a flow in your speaking. Your speaking cannot be just one way. Okay, it will look like monologue, or it looks like monotonous. So please ensure that your speaking is just not, this is not a good idea, I will be doing this. So please do not say, have some effects, you use your body language. This will really help you to get a good score in your speaking. Okay, some must knows of speaking, and this should be applied throughout your speaking. The first one is your English speaking skills are tested and not your knowledge. What does this mean is, I had students, those, one of the student got a cue card to talk about a writer. Now the person, actually, obviously, when you're a student, you will think, okay, which writer? I don't know any writer. So referring to that particular question, I can say you that you are only asked to speak in English, okay? Give an answer to a question. Your knowledge is not getting tested. If you imagine, okay, Let's say I don't know any author and I'll just take up some imaginative name, which could be Suman Chadda. Okay, I took this name Suman Chadda, and I'd say about something about Suman Chadda. She has written a book on communicative skills, or she has written a book on public speaking skills. And then I just imagine her family. Okay, I just create. Okay, she has two daughters, and she's staying in United States of America. She is within the age group of 35 to 40 years. So I'm just creating because IELTS is checking my speaking skills. They are not checking my knowledge. This is not a general knowledge test. Be creative and imaginative. So I hope your second point can easily relate to the first point. So if you do not know any particular answer, start creating your stories, start opening your imagination, because the more imaginative you are, the best answer you can give. Another example, talk about the surprise party you had or a surprise moment in your life. Okay, now what will happen, you have only 1 minute or you have just few seconds to think on the topic. And what the students will do, okay, now we are thinking surprise moment. Okay, your 15 seconds are gone like this because you're still thinking the moment. So the best thing is start creating your own ideas, just open your imagination. So generally, when do we get surprises? We get surprises when we have some guests at home. We get surprises when, I think, when it is a birthday party, or we get surprises. Example, my result was very good, but and when I reached home, I saw my parents had organized a party for me. So that's your imagination you need to really work on. Tell stories to earn time. Okay, what is this actually? Let's say there is a specific question और आपको ज़्यादा detail नहीं हो, you're not getting more ideas. So what you should be doing in that case? In that scenario, start telling some stories, and stories is like going into the past, relating some, past experience, or telling something, giving an example. You can say something like recently, if I talk about a surprise party, and do you like surprises? Okay, the question could be, do you like surprises? And I have to add a story to it. So I would say, oh, yes, of course, I like surprises. I remember that recently, which is just 2 days back, I was out of my house. And because of this corona, I had not met my school friends, which is for almost 2 to 3 months. So my parents called me, and actually my mother called me up and she asked me that how long will I take to reach home. I told her that I will take like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, or you can say 1 hour also. I'm just creating right now a scenario, and that's how I'm creating a story that my mother called me up. I told her that I'll be back in 30 minutes. And by the time I reached home, I saw my two friends waiting for me, and that was a big surprise for me. So that's how you can create your stories. Go into examples. If you are running short of time, go into examples, create a scenario to earn time. And when you go into examples, what you are doing, you are adding personal touch in the speech. You are getting emotional, or you are making it more dramatic. Okay. So try to add personal touch in the speech. Use your voice and hands effectively. So as when we talk about voice, as I told you, there should be intonations in your speech. You should not be just speaking with one flow. That is your voice. And what is hands? Please use your body language. Just don't sit stiff. When you give your speaking test, I understand that we need to be formal and you can just sit like this, but it does not mean that for 14 minutes you are sitting in one posture. Even if you're sitting in one posture, based on the different type of questions you get, you need to use your hand movements. You need to give your body language should be equally, elaborated or equally mixed while you're giving your answers. Organize your speech. I think this is the most important criteria of your speaking. Whatever answer you give, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आप क्या बोल रहे हैं. Your answer should be planned. And how the planning will be done? If you practice during these time while you're taking the coaching for speaking, or while you're sitting at home and it's not your test day, so you need to organize your speech. और वो कैसे करना है? You need to have a book with you. You need to have a pen or pencil with you. Have a list of questions of speaking and list down your ideas. The more you write, it actually registers in your brain. Okay. Sometimes what students do is like they will sit, they will open a book, and then either they will just listen to YouTube videos, or they will open a book and then they will say, okay, this could be the reason, this could, in their own imagination में आप reason सोच रहे हैं, तो उससे better ये है कि 5 days of practice. I'm telling you this 5 days, and there is a experiment, and this was tried and tested. So 5 days of practice wherein you have a list of questions of speaking. You take down your pencil, do not write sentences, only write the related answer, what you can say. And that's what you call organize your speech. Because एक बार जब आप reasons लिखने लग जाओगे, तो जो आपके answers है ना, वो अपने आप organize हो जाएंगे. वो ऐसा नहीं लगेगा कि ठीक है जो mind में आ रहा है बोले जा रहे हैं. So it will look a properly organized answer. Use linkers to connect ideas. I have given you example of linkers using firstly, apart from this, moreover, to connect your speech. Zoom your perspective. What does this mean, zoom your perspective? Zoom your perspective means जब आप आंसर दे रहे हैं, your answer should not be limited. Okay, you need to look at the macro level. मीन्स आप उसमें एग्जाम्पल भी डाल रहे हो, आप उसमें कुछ पास्ट के बारे में भी बोल रहे हो, कहीं ना कहीं प्रेजेंट से भी रिलेट कर रहे हो, डिपेंडिंग कि वो पार्ट 1 का टॉपिक है, पार्ट 2 का है कि पार्ट 3 का है. लेकिन आप बहुत डिटेल में जाके आप आंसर्स दोगे. रैपिड राइटिंग ऑफ आइडियाज, दिस विल बी लिंक्ड विद दिस, बिकॉज अगर आप अपने आइडियाज को लिखना शुरू करेंगे तो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपने आप हो जाएगा. Focus on quality speaking. What do you mean by quality speaking? Okay, the ideally quality speaking means that जो आप बोल रहे हैं वो आप टॉपिक से रिलेटेड बोल रहे हैं, जो आपसे पूछा गया आप उस चीज को बोल रहे हैं, and you are not going off the topic, or you are not repeating the same things again and again by using some other words. Don'ts of speaking. Okay, what you should actually avoid. When I have seen, repeatedly students give answer with yes, yes, no, no, yes. Please avoid using giving answer with yes or no. Instead of this, you should be saying according to me, in my perspective, or in my opinion. Oh yes, of course, certainly, not really, for sure. So there are many phrases that you can use, and you can refer to my IELTS speaking book, which I have already shared with you in the study materials. There are certain phrases that I have given you that you can use to give your answers, wherein the question is actually asking for yes or no, and how you can avoid yes or no. Speak with monotone. Do not speak with monotone. Again, monotone means, example, someone asked me, tell me the accommodation you live in, and I am giving the answer. The accommodation that I live in is a house, and it is a 2-floor house. There is one kitchen on the ground floor. Then we have 3 bedrooms. So I'm just speaking, it's like recorded answer. कहीं कोई effects नहीं है, कहीं कोई emotions नहीं है, नहीं. So how it should be answered? The accommodation that I live in is actually 2-floor accommodation, wherein on the first floor we have kitchen, there are 2 bedrooms, and then, so you are not just being in one tone. Your speech goes actually with emotions, and it has intonations. Speaking too fast, that hampers your fluency. Speaking too slow in volume, because आपकी जो speaking है वो record होती है. Okay, now starting with the part 1. Okay, now what happens in the part 1? Let me just again tell you. As you step into the speaking room, you have the examiner sitting there. Okay, and the examiner will tell his or her name, and then the examiner will ask you about your name. You will be telling examiner your name. This examiner will ask you, do you study, work? And then the certain series of questions starts based on certain topics. And these are few common topics that are usually covered in part one of the speaking. Okay, and for sure, this is something which is very common. This is very common. Okay, so we do get this these two topics most of the times. I want all of you to quickly note down just one topic with you. From these common topics, just note down one topic with you, because I'll be having something to do once I finish with part one discussion. So quickly take down one topic with you, go through the topics. You feel, okay, this is the most difficult for me. Take down that. I'll be there to answer the question or give you some ideas on that topic. Once you are done, please let me know in the chat box. Very good. So I've got some interesting topics. Keep it with you. Note it down. Okay. So once we finish with the part one, I'll be discussing these topics. If you want to frame some questions related to the topic, you can. Otherwise, we'll just keep it with it. Okay. Now moving on. Okay. See, now we'll just have few, frequently asked questions in part one. The first question, which is obviously it has to be there, which is, could you tell me your full name, please? The examiner may ask you this. Examiner may ask, what shall I call you? Or the same question can be framed as, can you tell me where are you from? Okay, your just to make it, okay, there's a spelling error. It should be, where are you from? So these three questions, 100% will be there. Okay, there can be any way of asking it. And then other questions could be, do you live in a big city or small city? Do you work or study? Tell me about your hometown. What kind of accommodation do you currently live in? Now, first three questions, I want to make you understand that we cannot give just one word answer. If you look at this question, do you live in a big city or small city, or it's a big town or a small town? And I'll say, I stay in big city, and stop. That's wrong. Do you work or study? I'll say, currently I work, and I stop. That's a wrong answer. We have to give explanation to it. And while you're sitting at home, what you should be doing to improve your speaking, let's move on to these points. First thing, you have to be natural, be imaginative. That's a key to score 7+ in your speaking. I'm telling you, speak 3 to 4 sentences. Yes, in your part one, any question that you get, part one, I'm telling, any question that you get, try to stick to at least 3 sentences, and do not keep on speaking till your till you're done with the answer. Okay, no, it should not be like that. You should only give answer in 3 sentences. But don't, that's what it's written here, don't give too long answers कि हम बोले जा रहे हैं बोले जा रहे हैं बोले जा रहे हैं, जब तक हमारा आंसर नहीं खत्म होगा हम तब तक बोल रहे हैं. That is wrong. Practice using your stopwatch. So what you should be doing, see, I have my mobile with me. Okay, now I have this stopwatch. I hope everyone can see here. Now, when I have to start the stopwatch, I have a particular question in front of my screen. आप अपने मोबाइल पे आपको आपने ये इंश्योर करने की one question you are only spending 15 to 20 seconds on each question. That's it. 15 to 20 seconds on each question. उससे ज्यादा आपने बोलना ही नहीं है. अगर आप उसकी प्रैक्टिस कर लेंगे आपको आदत हो जाएगी कि आपको कितना बोलना है. Okay, let's start. Okay, so I hope so. That's how your timer should go on, and you are recording also at the same time. That's your self practice, what you should do at home. And by the time it reaches 15, that's it. And try to stop there. सो प्लीज एंश्योर. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं जिनको डाउट है कि पार्ट 1 में कितना बोले, कब चुप होए, कहाँ, बहुत डाउट रहता है. सो इन दैट केस पार्ट 1 में अगर आपको डाउट है कि व्हेन यू शुड स्टॉप, व्हिच इज द आइडियल आंसर, फॉर हाउ लॉन्ग वी शुड स्पीक, so even if you cannot keep a track of your 3 to 4 sentences, then what you can do, you can at least keep a track of your speaking by timing yourself 15 to 20 seconds on each question. That's the best trick or tip to practice your speaking at home for part 1. You have to explain your answer. You cannot just give one line answer. There, if there is any, any answer that you give, there is always a why and why not to it. There is always a why and why not to your answer, and you have to give that. Avoid giving one sentence answer. So I think the best tip for all of you, as we are studying online and practicing at home, please follow this particular trick. And let's say if you can have someone at home who can just keep a stopwatch, you have question in front of you, at least you can now know for how long you can speak for. Now let's look at some prepared answers, because I always tell to my students that certain questions which are fixed and okay, this will come in any form, but this questions or related questions will come for sure. So at least your beginning should be good. And I usually give an example that when you go to cinema and watch movie, so we usually, within those maybe 10 or 15 minutes, we build up our interest for the movie. And but if these 10-15 minutes are not so good, we will not have an interest in the movie. So I think similarly, you should have this in your speaking also. So if your beginning is good, the examiner will develop an interest. The examiner will have an impression on you, or will develop an impression of you. So please ensure that your beginning is good. You look confident. It doesn't look that you are nervous. Your hesitation should not be visible. Your body language should be quite confident. You should maintain eye contact. You should use your hand movements while speaking. So please ensure you are very much sure with the beginning questions. What is your name? If the examiner asks you, okay, what's your name? So you can say, if you want to write it down, please write it down, because this question will come for sure. This particular question. If the examiner asks you, could you tell me your full name, please? So you can say, my full name is Vandana Shukla. Okay. You can just say, my full name is Vandana Shukla. And if examiner asks you, how shall I address you? In that case, you can say, you can address me as Vandana. Again, answer was very common, which is, do you work or study? Here the question is, do you work or study? So if you are working, let's say you want to give an answer that I'm currently working, but again, they are not going to check the facts. What are you currently doing? So try to be simple at the same time. Try to have some kind of good lexical vocabulary in this question. So I currently work as an. If someone is working right now, or if you are applying for GT, in that case, you can say, I currently work as an or a, it entirely depends upon the designation. If I have to say I am working as a trainer, so I currently work as a trainer at a small IT firm. You can say marketing firm, you can say in a small corporate, or you can, if you are employed with, the renowned corporate, something like HCL or Infosys, you can use that name as well. So if I have to give an answer in a flow, then I would be answering it as I currently work as a trainer at a small IT firm. I have been in the job for about 5 years now. My responsibilities include training the employees, those who currently join in the organization. And then I stop. Not too long, not too short. But if you are a student, again I tell to the students कि ये क्वेश्चन तो आना ही आना है, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि आप क्या आंसर दे रहे हैं. So we can have two answers. I am a student. I recently completed my graduation and now I'm planning to go abroad for my further studies or higher education. Or you can say I recently completed my secondary education. Do not say +2. Again, I'm saying do not say +2 for the students there. So you can say I am a student. I recently completed my secondary education and now I'm planning to go abroad for my further studies. Whereas you can also frame it as right now I'm studying to be an architect. Let's say अगर आप अभी graduation कर रहे हैं और आपको post graduation program के लिए जाना है, so you can say I am studying to be an architect. I am studying जो भी आप कर रहे हैं. For example, आपने you want to be a CA, so you can say I'm studying to be a chartered accountant. Or you want to be an engineer, I'm studying to be an engineer, you can say. And if you want to be a painter, so I'm studying to be a painter. So take up any kind of a designation, which is a very actually kind of a elaborative or very good answer. So right now I'm studying to be an lecturer, you can say. And I plan to attend a university. Okay. I attend an university in my local town. It means you are still going to the university, or you can say college as well. In future, I have plans to pursue my further studies in overseas. Okay, this answer is bit tricky. If you can manage with it, you should speak. But again, ऐसा ना लगे, हिंदी में हम बोलते हैं कि रट्टा मारा हुआ है. स्क्रिप्टेड नहीं होना चाहिए, रट्टा नहीं मारना है. If you can speak this answer with a good flow, then please take it. Otherwise, let it be simple.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yes.
if we are working and
Yes,
studying
ma'am.
also, then what we should speak about? If, as I am a blogger and affiliate marketer, I do the job.
I,
I do work on a website.
Mehul, your voice, there's a lot of echo there.
Okay, now, hello. Now you can hear me? Hello.
I can hear you, but it's not so clear. Tell me.
Okay, ma'am, as I'm doing freelancing, like I'm working on my website
Okay.
and I'm doing studies also. I just completed my studies. So what we should go for? Will you speak for a working or a student life?
Ideally, I should say that you should stick on a student, because let us do not complicate our first answer, because that's the
Okay, okay.
beginning of your speaking. Let's not give a very complicated answer. Make it try to be simple, which gives which delivers the message as well.
Okay.
Because you have to again roam around. Okay, I'm working as a freelancer, but I'm also studying and I'm planning to go abroad. So if you're confident enough to include all this in the information, is it fine? If you think, okay, I want to be simple, I want to ensure that I maintain that confidence in the beginning of the speaking, then try to be simple.
Okay.
Okay, these are the boxes in purple are the few ideas that you can use. I have recently completed my graduation and now I'm planning to go overseas or go abroad for my higher studies. I did a course in HR. I did a course in international business. I did a course in commerce, and then I'm planning to go abroad. I'm planning to study overseas. You can say I have just completed my studies in, again, whatever you have done. These are the various ways what you can actually give an answer about do you work or study. Okay, sharing some ideas with you for the questions like tell me about your hometown. So we can say I am from Delhi, or you can say I hail from Delhi. Okay, the capital city of India. It's a beautiful place. So now this particular thing obviously you can use for any place that you want to tell about, with all modern amenities or facilities, and has all 4 seasons spread throughout the year or through the year. So I'm just telling about my place. So if you're asked about a question, tell me about your hometown, and I want to give an answer. And yes, there specifically I want to tell one more thing. If you are, you know, let's say someone is from Lucknow, or someone is from, you know, let's say you are from Ludhiana, or I may have someone from Calicut. Okay, Calicut is a part of Kerala. Lucknow is a part of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, and Ludhiana or Punjab. I would prefer you should say Punjab. Okay, Ludhiana is a part of Punjab. But as a whole, it's a part of India. Do not just take it, you know, state specific, because you are giving a test which is at a not a regional level, not a national level. You are giving a test which is an international level test. So try to relate it to your country. Okay, the name of your place with the country. Okay, this is advisable so that you do not limit your thoughts. So you can say I hail from Punjab and it's a state in India. Okay, so again, beautiful place is one of the vocabulary that you can use. Modern amenities, I should say, you can try to use. Seasons, you can use about the seasons in your place. Okay, there was a question that do you stay in a large city or a small city? If I have to give an answer that I actually stay in a small city, or I had grown up in a small city, but currently I'm staying in a large city. And when you want to talk about some small towns, you can actually say that there is a relaxed atmosphere, there's a good quality of life, it is attached to the roots, means you know what your ancestors have been staying, so it is attached to the roots. It's quite peaceful in the small towns. But and if you want to compare it to the large cities, or you say okay, I belong to Mumbai, or Mumbai is obviously a cosmopolitan place. Okay, Delhi is a cosmopolitan place, and you take up something like Bangalore is a cosmopolitan place, and you want to address to certain places like this, so you can even, you know, like Pune, or up to you, you can just address anywhere, they are not going to check the records. So for large cities, you can use the words like cosmopolitan, fast-paced, good transport network, you can say, and the cost of living is high, your cost of living is low. So this cost of living kind of a idea or vocab you can use either in your local town or a small town as well as in the large city. ट्रांसपोर्ट नेटवर्क भी आप दोनों जगह यूज कर सकते हैं, वहां पे अच्छा है या बुरा है. And then the question comes up, what type of jobs are available in your hometown? अगर हम जॉब्स की बात करें तो डोंट यू नो अगेन स्टार्ट थिंकिंग कि किस तरह की जॉब्स हैं. आपके माइंड में जो है, यू नो, जो कॉमन जॉब्स होती हैं उनको लेके चले. बैंकिंग, अकाउंटिंग, फार्मिंग है तो आप बोल सकते हैं इफ इट इज फ्रॉम अ स्मॉल टाउन. बैंकिंग, अकाउंटिंग, टीचिंग एंड अदर जॉब्स. So you don't have to give a long list. Is it a good place for tourists to visit? अब हम टूरिस्ट के बारे में बात करते हैं तो अगेन ओपन अप योर थिंकिंग कैप्स एंड थिंक कि मैं इसमें क्या बोल सकते हैं. हम टूरिस्ट.
Ma'am,
yes,
ma'am, if hometown is mentioned then we have to tell about our village or the nearby city.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. देखो अब मेरे से कोई मेरा होम टाउन पूछेगा तो मैं, फॉर मी इट्स दिल्ली ओनली. So your hometown can be Delhi also. It's not कि हमें village ही बताना है. You can answer with a city name as well. जहाँ
Okay, ma'am.
आपका कंटेंट अच्छा होता है ना, जहाँ पे आप वोकैबुलरी अच्छी यूज कर सकते हो, try to give that answer.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, now coming to okay, tourist. Is it a good place for the tourist to visit? So obviously आपने हमेशा हाँ बोलना है, आपने ना नहीं बोलना, क्योंकि जब अगर आप ना बोलते हैं तो आपका आंसर लिमिट हो जाएगा, as we don't have many place or tourist spot over there. So your answer gets limited. So do not give an answer in no. Try to give an answer in yes, because जब आप yes बोलते हैं, so अब आप खुद सोचें, अगर हम कहीं जगह घूमने जाते हैं तो वी गो फॉर बोटिंग, तो आप बोल सकते हैं वहां पे लेक्स हैं. जरूरी नहीं है कि लेक का नाम बताना है. ओके, यू कैन से वहां पे म्यूजियम्स हैं, वहां पे कुछ कल्चरल सेंटर्स हैं. Then there are certain historical monuments that reminds of Indian history, या इंडियन इंडिपेंडेंस के टाइम से रिलेटेड वहाँ पे कुछ म्यूजियम्स हैं that display the photos or the artifacts of the time of Indian independence. So try to relate to, give an answer with a yes, and you can use these vocabs there. I have given an example here. अब लेट्स से कहीं पे भी टूरिस्ट के बारे में कोई क्वेश्चन है या कोई टॉपिक टूरिस्ट से स्पेसिफिक आपसे पूछा जा रहा है, आपके होम टाउन से रिलेटेड है या जनरल में भी है, so you can actually relate to some example. अब मैंने वहाँ पे movie was shot. So if I am asked about a question about my hometown, so I could say, there are various Bollywood movies that actually, are shot in my hometown. And it's not only one place, they actually move around the various places wherein, the surrounding is so good to actually shoot a movie. So you can say recently there was a movie that was shot in my hometown. तो आप कुछ एग्जाम्पल भी रिलेट कर सकते हैं into that cultural center और उस म्यूजियम में वहां पे कोई शूटिंग हुई थी. So you can always relate some examples also. Now, what kind of accommodation do you currently live in? What kind of accommodation? जब हम accommodation की बात करते हैं, इसका मतलब कि what kind of a house do you live in? So accommodation बोला गया है, तो आप वहां पे the kind of a house that I live in, you can say that also. It could be a rented house. If you're in a college, you can say I stay in a rented house. If you're working and staying away from your family, then also you can say I stay in a rented house. You can say I stay in an apartment, or I stay in an independent house. Okay, this is actually should be, I'm just moving it over here. And you can say I stay in independent house. अगर आप में से कोई अपने घर में रहता है, which is not an apartment, which is not a flat, so you can also say I stay in an independent house. Obviously, what kind of accommodation, आपने सिर्फ ये नहीं बताना कि आप फ्लैट में रहते हैं, आप इंडिपेंडेंट हाउस में रहते हैं, या फिर आप रेंटेड हाउस में रहते हैं. आपने उसको एक्सप्लेन भी करना है. It is spacious. Okay, it has good ventilation. So if you could see, I have written down some words, the facilities that you find in a flat, and what kind of facilities you can enjoy in independent house. So you can always use keep spacious hai, it has balconies, it has good ventilation. Agar house hai, to try to say that it's in the outskirts of the city. जब आप outskirt word use कर रहे हैं, आप ventilation use कर रहे हैं, spacious use कर रहे हैं, this gives actually it adds to your lexical resource. And then we have the farms nearby. अगर outskirts की बात कर रहे हैं, independent house है, so you can say that we have a farms nearby जहाँ से where we can take the fresh vegetables as well. Okay, then you can say maybe it's another answer. This one is that recently we moved to a new house. Okay, though there in my old house there are so many memories attached to it. Each corner of the house has a story to tell. Okay, Each corner of the house has a story to tell. It means each corner of the house has a memory attached. You can even use this particular phrase while giving an answer where you currently live. So each corner of my house has a story to tell about my childhood days. Okay. So these are few questions of part 1. I am going to randomly, okay, I'll just go in the order. And I'm going to frame some ideas. So for the first question, do you like people taking photos of you? Oh, sure. Oh, yes. For sure. तो आपका आंसर एक इफेक्ट के साथ होना चाहिए. Oh yes, for sure. I like people taking my photos, or I allow people taking my photos. So you can give this answer. अब हमें why या why not जरूर देना है. So why I like people taking my photos? Obviously, because they appreciate me or they like me. Okay, first reason हो गया that they like me, and that's the reason they want to capture memories. Okay, and you can also say when it's referring to people, you can also say that I limit it to my family and friends only and not strangers. Okay, so you can say, oh yes, for sure, but it should be only my friends and family and not strangers for sure. I believe I can give this right to my friends and family to capture memories of me being with them, as photos are only the memories that stay for long, and we usually don't remember what happened at that particular time. So you can give one related answer within those 15 to 20 seconds. Okay. Now I'll just move on to second question. Do you think that bicycles are suitable for all ages? In this case, now the question is, do you think? It means it is asking for your opinion. So, in my perspective, bicycles are for everyone. So instead of all ages, I'm saying everyone. Okay, yes, I said yes, it is for everyone. Now again, I have to give an answer why and why not, because it keeps fit and builds stamina. And then you can also, so this keeps fit and builds stamina could be your answer for, you can say, for grown-ups. Then use whereas. For children, it's a fun time activity. So for kids, cycling is actually a fun time activity. So this answer you can give.
Ma'am,
Yes.
and can we say that whereas for children, it is a mode of entertainment?
You mode of entertainment की जगह चाहे तो game use करें.
Okay, ma'am.
Outdoor game use कर सकते हैं, like for children it is used for racing purpose.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to your third question. When do people give gifts or presents in your country? So again, we can say various occasions. Okay, there are various occasions when people prefer to give gifts, or you can just say one word. Use only gifts or use only presents in my country. Then you can say recently. if you're not recalling when, so you can say various occasions में आप festivals बोल सकते हैं, marriages बोल सकते हैं, and then obviously birthday parties बोल सकते हैं. And if you think your answer is about to finish, so you can say recently even I got a birthday present because my birthday just went away, or recently I got a present from my friend or from my parents on my result, as it was very good. So birthday parties could be housewarming, functions, but do not keep thinking at that time. अगर इसका भी answer देना है, the answer should be, there are various occasions when people prefer to give gifts in my country. We usually give gifts or exchange gifts on the occasions like festivals, if there is some marriage ceremonies in the house, and moreover, obviously, we do share gifts and presents on the birthday parties. And stop. Do not try to speak too fast. Okay. So I'm leaving the, okay, hold on. I am leaving the rest list of questions for all of you. I would prefer that you start recording yourself. You can send me your, those 15-20 seconds of recording to me on my WhatsApp number on these questions, and later on practice on other questions as well. Now, coming back to those topics that some of you have taken down. First, let me take up to dentist. Okay. अब डेंटिस्ट से रिलेटेड वोकैबुलरी अगर हमारे को देखनी है तो क्या होनी चाहिए? So the topic was actually about dentist. Okay. So obviously, when was the last time you visited dentist? So you can say almost 6 months back. Okay. अब 6 months back क्यों बोला जा रहा है? Generally it is suggested कि dentist के पास आपको every 6 months में जाना चाहिए. So I just say I visited dentist just 6 months back. If you could recall the month, अगर आप उतनी जल्दी कैलकुलेशन कर सकते हैं कि अभी अगस्त चल रहा है, तो 6 months back कौन सा month होगा? If you could recall, it could be February. So you can say somewhere around in February or March. So that also, try to be natural. So if the question is, when was the last time you visited dentist? And I have to answer it. I could recall that I went to dentist somewhere in February or March, almost 6 months back, for my regular dental checkup. So I'm going to say this. Another word that you can use is regular dental checkup. Okay. Okay. And then the another vocabs that you can use is, I'm scared of the dentist chair. Yes, I am scared. So how was your experience? It was not so good experience. Okay. And the two dentist tools. You can use some other thing. I remember that we can use root canal treatment. This is quite common when we talk about going to dentist. And you can also say that I am not scared as one of my family member is a dentist, or I have been visiting dentist since my childhood for regular checkups. Okay, then the other words is called cavity. These are related vocabs that you can use in terms of dentist. Okay. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this so that I can move on to another question. Okay, now there was one more. I remember the topic. There was a topic about flowers. Okay, so for specifically for flowers, there can be a question that how flowers are important in your country or it's important in your culture. So you can say, see, you know, we purchase flowers for marriage functions. We purchase flowers for worshiping God, and we do also purchase flowers even if it's a housewarming. We need to decorate the house with the flowers, and it's also used to actually give someone on their birthday. So you can have a range of ideas. Now what you should be actually doing, how you should practice, that I'll show you. Let's say you are doing right now, you should have your notebook with you, and then I am going to, let's say you read the last question. What kind of problem do people sometimes have with their neighbors? And now I'm quickly thinking what kind of problems. So, loud music complaint. Okay, and the other complaints could be, I was just recalling one. Okay, sometimes, you know, if the trash is left on the common excess. Trash means, you have some kind of a rubbish or dust which is left on the common entrance or the common excess of you and your neighbors, that could lead to sometimes problem within the neighbors. So two reasons quickly. Now let's move on to the second last question I'm writing. Where would you go to buy flowers? I would better to shop online or nearby shop selling flowers, depending on the urgency. If it is urgent, then I'll go to the shop. If it is not, and the location. So if I have to send flowers to someone who's not staying in my city or not staying near to my house, I will do online shopping. Okay. Now, if I have to give an answer to third last, I'm just framing quick ideas, okay? Do you like the same colors now as you did when you were younger? Not really. I remember, so I'm writing down, I remember pink was my favorite. Pink favorite was, and now I prefer mixed colors. Okay, white and black is what I prefer now. So with the change in time, I think choices also change. So you can again quickly create your ideas. अगर आप ये practice करेंगे लिखने की, you will actually improve your speaking skills. Okay, so I'll just end over here. And for tomorrow's class, I'll be covering cue card and discussion topics.